Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And I want to welcome you guys to the Joe Boo Sports Report. I am happy as can be. As Yvonne put it, you couldn't grin any bigger than you are right now. I'm getting ready for going to California to see my daughter, and of course to go to training camp. I'm excited, so I'm getting all my equipment together and things, so that way we'll be able to do hopefully some really good stuff. Got my gimbal for the cell phone, which kind of makes it all nice and steady and everything. Getting the batteries charged up on it, and got my Mevo camera. I had to go out and buy another battery for it because I broke the other battery on it when we were at the draft, and Lord knows, it's amazing what a battery costs, $250. But with this camera, what's really cool is it's 4K. I can put it on a tripod, and I use my cell phone signal to actually broadcast and live stream directly to YouTube. So if we get any kind of a signal there, although there will be a lot of people at training camp, we might not get a good one. We're going to try and live stream live practice on Thursday, so that way you guys can get a real look of a couple hours of practice. And we're going to be seeing some different people and doing all kinds of stuff there at camp, and I'm as excited as can be. Interesting note, Pete Carroll says he has not talked to Earl Thomas in a long time. Wish he was here, should be here, but he has his stance and we have ours, and that's where he's got that. So there's no movement. One ESPN insider believes that sooner or later the Cowboys will have Earl Thomas, so we'll see if that happens or not. You guys all know how I feel about the whole Earl Thomas situation and things, how I think he would instantly help make this defense much, much better. Not that it's going to be bad without him. It just could take it to another level. And speaking of the defense, Jason Garrett had his press conference, and he was talking about Jihadi Ward, and somebody that I was talking about because I've been saying all along that there's going to be a lot of guys who are rebounding their careers. Jihadi Ward was a first-round draft pick by the Raiders, and they played him at defensive end. And really, he wasn't a defensive end. And unfortunately, what happens a lot of times is people will think, oh, well, you're defensive end, defensive tackle. It's the same thing. You're on the defensive line. It's not the same. Okay? It's not. But they tried to make him a defensive end, and I don't think that that was his game. The Cowboys, of course, are going to be probably playing him a tackle, and especially with David Irving dealing with David Irving stuff and not out there on the field, has made an opening, as well as Malik Collins dealing with the foot injury, the fifth metatarsal that he broke in January, had it worked on. Hopefully he'll be in camp before the end of it, but you have to be worried about a guy who broke it back in January and then broke it in OTAs. What's going to happen when you get about a 320-pound guard that you're hitting against and you're planting that foot? You got to have a backup plan. So hopefully Jihadi Ward, and I butchered his name, I'm sure, will continue to keep showing up really, really well. I think he's going to be playing tackle. You think Kyron Crawford's definitely going to be moving in playing tackle with this, and we'll see how that mix goes. Also, too, Jason Garrett says that versatility in wide receivers is going to be a must this year. Oh, wow. So you got to be really versatile to run 5 routes, right? So feeling the pressure in the hot seat right now, they are definitely going to be trying to mix some stuff up. They've got to change the narrative because right now the coaching staff has the spotlight. Now, it's not so much Jason Garrett as it is Scott Linehan, but as I've told you guys, this is a contract year for Jason Garrett. He has this year and next year left on his contract. You never have a coach go into the final year of his contract as a coach because then he is a lame duck. So the Cowboys at the end of this year either need to extend him or say bye-bye. That's just the way it is. And quite frankly, I know my boy Vosh thinks that, Jason Garrett can get you 11, 12 wins a year. And do you really want to risk bringing somebody else in if that you have a down year? He says no. I say, hell yes. We've had plenty of time. It's time to really see something. It's time to crap or get off the toilet. And yes, you're going to be hearing a lot of plumbing stuff from me after dealing with the stuff that I had to deal with. So I'm going to get my gear and stuff together. Got to make sure I have my tripod so that way we can get this up high. I tell you, this thing is cool. I don't use it that much. I wish I had the money to buy the software to go with this thing. It's $800 to be able to use it on your laptop. But if you get their Creative Studio, you can hook up to 24 different cameras together with this thing. And then you can start editing and doing like real production work with this. The intros, you can do highlights, everything else, and you're putting it out in 4K. But unfortunately, that's going to have to wait till down the road. But I've used this before. Different times when we've been like at FedEx Field and things, and from time to time when we're outside and stuff. So now that I got the battery booster again, I'm going to start using it a lot again, and hopefully it's not too many people at training camp and that the cell service is jacked up, because it will be great to be able to do it. If nothing else, I can record the whole practice and then I can go back through and pick it out. But like I was saying about this, what's really cool is this thing is 180 degrees and you control it with your cell phone. So if I set this at midfield, I can actually see almost the whole field, and I can take my finger on my cell phone and I can kind of focus and follow somebody if I want to. I can track with people. This thing can zoom on. It can pick up random points and do all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be cool, and it'll be interesting to try that there. And hopefully in the future, I'll get better at doing stuff on the road instead of having to have everything here, and we'll go to more and more events. And so with that being said, guys, I'm running out of memory here on my old cell phone because everything's transferred to the new one, which is updating. So I got to end this video before it ends me. I'm Mark Holmes with Cowboy Joe Boo, and tomorrow we'll be in Cali.